Hi, this is Adriana in Long Beach, and in this video I want to talk about a couple of things that, in my opinion, may be contributing to the housing crisis here in Long Beach. In this video I'm going to show you some Airbnbs in which I was a guest within the last 6 weeks, and in each case the host did not live on the property. The entire property was being used as an Airbnb. So it was a hotel in the shape of a residential house. And I have some questions about that. I don't know what tax rate hotels pay, but are Airbnb hosts paying the city of Long Beach the same amount of tax as hotels? I know hotels have safety regulations that are pretty stringent, and in some of the Airbnbs in which I stayed, I saw some things that I really wondered if they were to code. I'm not going to go into those. I'm actually going to show you the actual Airbnbs, and I don't feel bad about that because I'm not doxing anybody, because nobody lives there. They are just all Airbnbs. Then I want to talk about a couple of reasons for the housing crisis and how those might be able to be addressed. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I look forward to your comments. So the first one I want to show you is in Belmont Heights. It's the one that I'm staying in now. It is at 667 Grand, and this is it. Yeah, so this is it, and I am not doxing anybody by showing this to you because nobody lives here, and that's kind of the point. You see this front house? This is a 2-bedroom Airbnb, and then you walk past this vehicle through the gate, and they're attached to this front house is a studio Airbnb, and that's what I'm staying in at the moment. And then this garage right here behind the car has been converted to a detached studio Airbnb, and then behind that there is another detached studio Airbnb. So that is one place that a family could live in the 2-bedroom, and then 3 places that maybe a couple or a single person could live. And instead, the entire thing is an Airbnb on a residential street. Okay, so the one I just showed you is okay. This one is actually really, really nice. These are 2 back houses with this, see those 2 teal doors? They are the entries to 2 studio units with a bedroom and a bathroom and a kitchenette. And then if you go to view the actual house, so you see this gate right here? You walk through this gate to get to the back houses, but the front house is really nice, and the family does not live there. It is an Airbnb. So that's one place where an entire family could live in the front house, and then 2 places where a single person or a couple could live in the studio. But the whole thing is an Airbnb on the 2700 block, very nice block of eucalyptus. The third one I'm going to show you is not in Long Beach. It's in Bellflower, and this one is wild. So this one, do you see how they're just showing you the room? It's because the room with the bathroom in the room is what they're renting. They are renting individually the rooms in the house. So when they tell you that there's a kitchen and a living room, you're sharing that with, so this right here, that's one room, that's one rental. Right here is the living room, and beyond that is a master bedroom with the bath, and that's another rental. And then if you go through the front door here, deeper into the house is another rental. So they're renting each of the rooms individually. And you're in the Airbnb with strangers, like literally in the house. So that's a place where a family could live. Again, that's not Long Beach, but it is Long Beach adjacent. So those are just 3 examples, and it just makes me wonder if there aren't a lot more. Oh, I'll show you what. Okay, so I showed you those Airbnbs, and those people worked hard for those properties. They should be able to make a profit on them. That's what a lot of people are going to say. It's their property. They can do what they want. I want you to hear what's going on in a community where people are doing exactly what they want and with their property, and the effect that that is having on the community. And this is from an article about what is going on in Joshua Tree. So I have created bookmarks in this video. So I'm just going to I'm going to put a link to the article read, and then you can come back to this YouTube video and continue with it by using the bookmark. The reason I'm not putting the entire article read in the video is that I actually lost a YouTube channel doing that. The New York Times filed all kinds of complaints with Google about me reading articles online so I could comment, reading articles out loud and making videos of those reads so I could comment on it. So I don't want to lose the channel again. So I still did a read, but I did it somewhere that's not on a video platform, and I really welcome you to listen to this article about Joshua Tree and what's going on there, because it could be a harbinger for what could be going on in Long Beach, and it's really scary for people who aren't rich. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is some excerpts from the show Airtalk, hosted by Larry Mantle on KPCC, and these are excerpts from a show about inflation and about mortgage rates going up. But some of those excerpts are extremely pertinent to the conversation that we're having about why there is a housing crisis in Long Beach. I want you to listen to the percentage of homes in the United States that have no mortgage at all and that are being purchased for cash specifically, and how that percentage has gone up in recent years. I believe these to be investors, corporations, hedge funds, whatever, buying up homes specifically to rent them as Airbnbs or to just rent them for as much profit as they can get, with no investment in the community as a neighbor or even as a homeowner, or even as a parent that has children in school. Just nothing but an extractor. So listen while Airtalk drops these facts.
Why recently is it such a high percentage of cash buyers? To what do we attribute that?
I just think post-2008, the housing market changed in terms of, when we think of investors, there was the first wave of people that were flipping. And over the years, flipping has kind of dwindled down. But mom and pop investors, some Wall Street investors, the rental yield you get from owning a house and renting it out in a very low interest rate environment that the kind of the world in the U.S. has been a very effective business model. So there's a lot of money out there, and here was the one area where, guess what? Your rents are very consistent. So if you want to be a landlord, it was a very, very lucrative business. And now, when you think of rent inflation taking off, a lot of these people are just going to collect more and more rent. So I think where people were using credit speculation from 2002 to 2005 in housing, now it became a business model for a lot of people where they just own a bunch of homes and they rent them out, and again, 40% plus of homes in America don't have a mortgage. In a very low interest rate environment, you collect the rent, you make the money, and now that wages are going up, inflation is going up, you get to collect more rent. So I think that aspect is a little bit different than what we saw from 2002 to 2005, but the cash buyers have always been here post-2008. I think we got as low as maybe 15 to 16%. That was as close as we got to a historical average. But again, right about now, you're still looking about 75% to 25%, mortgage buyers to cash buyers, and still that is more than double the historical norms before 2008.
Right.
But we still have between 25 and 30% of buyers using cash, and by historical standards, that's a very high number.
Okay, so there it is. There are clearly a multitude of reasons for the current housing crisis. But in Long Beach specifically, I do wonder if institutional investors bulk buying homes, then renting them for as much as they can extract with no care, concern, or investment in the community whatsoever, or renting them as Airbnbs is part of the problem. I also wonder if individual mom and pop investors buying second homes just to rent as Airbnbs rather than renting them to their neighbors here in Long Beach is part of the problem. But I don't want to just say negative things about Airbnb. This right here is a little video tour of a beautiful Airbnb that I and my boyfriend stayed in recently between 7th and Anaheim on Magnolia. It is above the actual home in which the hosts live. It's an old craftsman. It's an immigrant couple. The husband is East Indian. The wife is German. And they purchased a home in, these times, and they needed to supplement their income in order to afford their mortgage or even save up for being able to have a baby. So this was the original intent of Airbnb, so they say, and it's a good idea to make extra money off the extra space in your home, and these people are doing it right. I have a link to their particular Airbnb in the video description. It's $161 a night right now. If you have relatives that are going to come visit you for the summer, I greatly recommend that you stay with Franzisca and Sudip in their little spot on Magnolia because it's beautiful. I'm not against Airbnb at all. I'm against or wonder about people using entire homes, not the homes that they actually live in and renting out their back house, but entire homes specifically as revenue generating vehicles when we're in the middle of a housing crisis in our city. So I look forward to your thoughts and comments. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe. I do a lot of videos giving my opinion and soliciting yours about topics that affect the city of Long Beach, and I hope that this is a place where we can have civil discussion about those topics. Thank you so much for watching this video.